Hey, listen to Commander Precon Podcast, episode 439. I'm Brando. I'm here with Ryan, and today we're going to talk about Mighty Ho 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 Commander Edition Super Duper Premium Plus. Now hit our theme song! Hey Ryan, we're back for yet another whirlwind adventure. How you doing?
Good. What is going down? Mighty Ho 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 Super Duper Adventure Foil Butt Crack Edition?
That's what I said. We have some of the glorious product on display in front of us because I don't know if we're weebs that way or we physically have it, so we figure we might as well put some of it on the table. And maybe being in the damn studio with all this good energy will put some good vibes into this box. When I open it this afternoon, maybe I won't get rolled up into a carpet, set on fire, and thrown into the river. That would be dope.
Hey, well, at least you'd be put out.
That's true. And before we talk about what we could get in here, we have to thank our official business daddies, FusionGamingOnline.com. They're a source for all your gaming needs. And we have to thank Pile of Bones Brewing Co. They're the second coolest thing to come out of Regina and the official beer sponsor for CCO Sidewalk Slam Season 2 right here on YouTube.
Very much so, yeah. Big thanks to the business daddies, FusionGamingOnline.com, where I went and ordered some Mighty Ho Ho Ho, that's Modern Horizons 3 for those unacquainted, singles.
Ooh, what'd you get?
Name
two.
I got a discount when I used CCO Save promo code at checkout.
Oh my god. Wait, so you were going to buy these things anyway?
Yes, sir.
And you just wanted them?
Yep.
And then you paid money for them?
Yes.
But then you paid less money for them?
Yes.
Amazing.
All of those things are true. I was going to buy the stuff anyways. The dragon that gives all your guys... What does it do again?
I don't know.
The Phyrexian dragon that gives all your guys emerge.
Oh.
That one where you sacrifice guys to make them cheaper.
Yeah, that's fun.
Right? I got that one. I got Null Drifter. That's Mull Drifter, but Eldrazi-fied. We're going to talk about that today.
Yeah, it costs 7 instead of 4.
Yes, but in Animar it costs 0 instead of blue.
Yes.
Yeah,
much better.
Good. Yeah. So we're going to talk about some of that nostalgia. We're going to talk about all the Eldrazi and all the Modern Horizons 3 stuff. Big thanks to Pile of Bones, which we will be going to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so here's the skinny. Everybody knows now that we're not going to Magic Con Las Vegas this year.
Thanks, Alex.
Yeah, big thanks, Alex. Big F you. We have the nation, though, CCO Nation, still in full force.
Right.
And Sync Guy, his name's Jared, organized the CCO Experience Las Vegas.
What a good guy.
Yeah, and for those attending, I'm going to be updating the website so they can check out for the experience on the website, and then I just give all the money to Jared. Oh, I want to keep it. But that's still going to be a thing. And if you're planning to go to Las Vegas, you got to find people in this shirt or that shirt or any Commander Cookout shirt, because everybody always wears their Commander Cookout shirts so they can
spot each other?
Yeah, spot each other and get the beers going in the command zone. People are going to try and break my record for most beers of all time.
Good.
I wonder if people can break my record for most beers in one day.
They probably can. I mean, anything's possible.
I don't know, man. Those are like Gretzky records. I don't think those records ever get broke. But CCO Experience is not what we're going to be doing, because we're going to be at the Pile of Bones tap room for the face-to-face games tour stop in Regina in September.
Which is just as good.
You know what? If we're there drinking beers together, Pile of Bones, eating street tacos, they got tacos there.
They have street tacos? Oh, fuck Vegas.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
You know what's cheaper to go to than Vegas? Regina.
But it is Regina.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you do end up in Regina in that situation, which kind of sucks.
It is walking distance from the convention venue, though.
Not Regina. Well, I guess Regina would be.
You're in Regina,
We
yes.
still have to drive
Regina is walking distance from Regina.
Is it walking distance from Keel's house, where I assume we'll be staying?
No. No, it isn't.
Oh, yeah, Keel, prepare for house guests.
He already did.
Okay,
I messaged him. Lots of CCO Nationalites and the CCO Dude Bros are planning to come down. And because I wanted to pack the tap room, Keel's bringing some buddies.
Hell yeah.
And our buddy Mike from Pile of Bones is going to come, bring some of his friends.
Yeah.
The face-to-face games guys, after they pack up the show, they're going to come. Some wives might come.
Ooh.
Oh, man. So it's going to be a big old, fun time.
It'll be kind of like in that time when we went to that place in BC, except...
Yes, just like that.
But different.
Was that fun?
It was.
Oh, yeah?
It's a great time.
Keel was there too.
He was.
We drank beer.
That's probably why it was fun.
I ate lots of chicken wings.
I had a burger. It took me like 3 hours to eat that burger. And not because I eat slow, but because so many people were like talking to me. And I just like kept moving around with tables. I would carry my burger with me. Right. And the waitress kept coming over like, can I take that? And like, no, I'm going to eat this. I love this burger, but I'm slow.
It's because you eat slow.
Well, that and, there's several factors. Several factors are involved. But the point is it's going to be a great time. So if you're thinking about maybe coming out or you want to do a smaller Magic event that's, and you're from near Regina, coming out, it's going to be a great time.
Yeah, very cool. Okay, couple more bits of podcast business, then we're moving right into ho, ho, ho.
Oh, yeah. And then we got stuff that talks about.
Yeah, and we got some product to open.
We do.
Yeah, this is going to be cool. We've never opened product on the show, really.
Yeah, but it's for a purpose.
Besides on Brando's box openings, which you have to watch, because he's going to open that box right there.
I'm going to open this very box.
You'd see it if you were watching on YouTube.
Which it should be!
Yeah.
But this very box, now see, I will have already opened it by the time you dear viewer/listener, are watching this. So I'll know what's in there when you see this, but right now I don't know what's in here. So this could contain something that I actively want. It could.
It probably won't.
It doesn't, but it could.
It might have a mull drifter or a null drifter in there.
I'm guaranteeing right now I will open a null drifter.
Okay, cool.
I'm guaranteeing it just because you bought one.
Yeah.
I'll bet you it's foil too.
No, I need a non-foil one to paint for Animar.
Oh.
Yeah, you're not going to get a non-foil one in there.
No chance. Well, no. I don't know, man. Like, I read the how to collect and like what's in all the slots in this box.
That's what we're going to start with.
Holy crap, dude. Like, there's so much stuff that just gets no talk. Like, there's etched.
Hold on. We're going to get to that.
Oh, yeah,
we got to get to that in like 15 seconds. We got to say big props, big thanks to Dufferin Avenue Media Network Studio, producer Gary in the tooth booth today. I wonder if he forgot to push play on the TV.
He might have, but
I think he probably did.
We forgive him, though.
That's okay.
He's great at his job. You know what? And he's taking good care of us.
You told me to leave it up there until you talked about it, then hit play.
See? It's all Ryan's fault.
But I guess it's my fault.
And if there's one thing that I've learned working here at the Dam Studio with Gary again, is that between Brando and Gary, we can find a way to make everything Ryan's fault.
Yes.
Which is great.
Yes.
See?
Yep, that's pretty much my life now.
There it is.
That's my life now. Hey, if you want to be a part, if you want to support the show, everything on the Commander Cookout Media Group, the CCOMG, if you will, that's Brando's box openings, that's Commander History, Commander Ad Populum, that's
Gemstone Mine?
Gemstone Mine with John. Yeah, I want to call it Johnstone Mine. Kind of sounds dirty.
I like that better, actually.
Yeah, we've got gameplay coming up, short and long form, all available. And new projects coming up that we were talking about yesterday. I showed you the logo for it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. New projects coming up. If you want to be the first to know, patreon.com/CCO Podcast.
And it helps us do like more stuff, like going to Regina.
Yeah.
And when we do go to Vegas, we'll be back there eventually. And when we go to Calgary later the year, which everybody, of course, is invited to, and we encourage you to come. It's a good time. We're going to go to the Unicorn. Whether Ryan likes it or not, and
I might
he
go.
does.
I might go. You know what? Their house beer is so good.
It is.
Really good. So big props to the patrons. First flush on the new merch, which you can get at the CCO store now. Discounts on merch at the CCO store. Invites to the CCO experience. They get it all, and of course, Discord access where we talk with all the creators and all the deck builders and all the beautiful minds and people in CCO Nation.
Very interesting humans, to be sure. 7 out of 10s at best, but I mean, they're still interesting.
Yeah, very much so.
Being a 7 doesn't mean that you're not interesting or cool. It just means that you're a fucking 7.
Yeah. And you know what I will mention? Because patron's not everybody's thing, we got coffee.com,
right?
One-time donations, and with the CCO experiences and Reginas and stuff coming up, usually we get a bunch of influx like, hey, buy this guy a beer, or hey, I'm going to buy a round of beer for whoever's going, or hey, convention food's expensive. Here's a little tip or whatever, right? Great way to support. We've got YouTube membership now.
What does that mean?
It's kind of like Patreon, but if like you don't want another subscription and you're already paying for YouTube, you can become a member to CCO on YouTube.
What?
Yeah. It's another option, and I want to exercise all our options because everything's freaking expensive, okay?
Man.
Just go with me on this. Could you?
I'm on board. I'm also here.
Yeah, very much so. That's what I wanted to say.
before we get into the product review,
What is it?
I have something that I want to talk about this
Okay.
because a very large scale content creator that everybody knows
Oh, I know this one. Yeah.
recently came out with his discussion on the commander decks from this set.
Okay.
The fact that there are commander decks is ridiculous, and the fact that there are collector commander decks is also kind of absurd because the prices are stupid.
Because this is a modern product is why commander decks are ridiculous. You don't
Yes.
like more commander product?
Well, it's just give the modern players their modern decks. Like, why aren't there modern precons for the modern set? Is all I'm saying. I know that it's harder to do it for modern, but but just do it.
Okay.
It's fine. And on the review, we didn't get to see what a ripple foil looked like. I haven't seen one yet either. But we're gonna get to that
On
in a
the
second.
review from this
On the review
content
from this
creator.
high-end content creator. I'm not calling him out as being like a dickhead. I'm not saying he's a liar. I'm not saying that. But he did say something that I feel is a little bit disingenuous. So I couldn't get collector's editions of the commander decks because you can only get them at WPN stores, and they're so hard to find, and they're sold out everywhere, and not everybody has access to them, and all this stuff, right? Price aside, just availability
I
was
was going
the
to say,
problem.
price aside, most people can't get them because the price kind of boxes people out, right?
You're boxed out by the price anyway, and I'm not defending the price, but I will defend the availability, and I'm going to tell you why in a second here, because I don't know what this is, but it's really sharp.
Yes.
It's like a bread knife that's like fucking
This
going.
is a CC opener that we use to cut drywall.
And this is a cardboard box, a sealed
Oh,
cardboard
I
box.
jammed the blade right into his thumb.
I'm so used to it that I don't even care anymore. Just see how easy that was? Man, it's like cutting butter. Now, these decks that are impossible to get, you can only get from WPN stores. I have them right here. I have all of them. I have a whole full set of Commander, super duper Madi Ho Ho collector boxes. Before you now. And I got these from our...
kind of has a cut in the top of it.
Yeah, they all have a little cut on the top now. And these are all from our local game store that is not a WPN premium store as much as I wish it would be. So if you want these, ask your store, because it's not based on their premium status. It's not based on any of that stuff. It's based on how you, the player, support your local game store.
Oof.
And that's a big one. So if your store didn't get them, I'm not saying it's your fault. It's just... Ours got 3 sets of these, and that's why I have these. The store gave them to me to show off on the show a little bit, to let you know that our LGS got them. Fusion did get them as well.
Yep.
So if you are somebody that's into getting these kind of super high-end premium products, you can get them. And they're not, like, yes, they're too expensive. No, they're rarely worth it. But if you want them, they are available to you, and get them at your local game store if you can.
Yeah, very much so. Very well said. And when you say support your local game store, that means a couple things. It means going and paying money for singles, and it means going to their commander nights and registering through the companion app so WotC can track how many players play on a weekly basis at the LGS, right? Like, sign up, play games, and help your LGS. Oh, you can actually open them too?
Well, this one's mine. One of these does belong to me. The other ones are on loan. And I kind of feel bad that I cut the tops of them a little bit, but I'm sure that...
Which one did you get?
I got the Graveyard Overdrive one, which I'm convinced is the worst one by a very large margin.
You didn't want the Eldrazi one?
Oh, I can't afford the Eldrazi one. What do you think, I'm made of money? Are you kidding me? I don't have that much excitement in my whole body. Ugh.
So what do we get? What's that thing?
Okay, this is
We're doing a box opening live on the show?
We are. It's an envelope.
Oh, it's got the rules thingy. My son likes these.
Okay, you can have that one.
No,
No, you can't have that one?
I don't need more stuff in my house.
Okay.
But this is what it looks like. It's got that lady.
There's a non-premium spinner life cardboard thing.
Okay, I like those.
There's a deck box that's foil.
Foil deck box because reasons.
Because, of course, there's a
Oh!
Madi Ho Ho 3 sample collector pack.
Can we open that?
Of course we can. We can do whatever we want.
Can I open it?
Sure.
You're going to get pounded.
And this is a stack of ripple foils. And we're going to, if we can get, once we get this thing cracked open, we're going to get producer Gary to come in here.
Oh, yeah.
And
Producer Vanna White Gary.
We'll see if we can get one of these things actually held up to the camera so we can all see what a ripple foil looks like together.
Yeah.
If that's something that, he's
Okay.
into. So I'm going to get this open. Gary's going to come out of the booth.
Yep.
And he'll come
Got
around.
us on. Keep us on camera too, there, Gary.
You're going to get to see.
I'm going to get all the pack opening done at the same time, but I'm not going to look at what these are.
Okay,
But I can tell that this one's foiled because it's a taco.
Okay, so I can't really. Okay, no, I can see it. Okay.
Oh man, that looks so
That's
good.
neat, hey? So, Gary, if you just want to show that to the people and just kind of like give
Put
it
it
a
in
little.
front of the camera and make it so like they can.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
The lights are in the
Oh, the
wrong-
lights are shitty.
Hold on.
Good job, boys.
This is why we never practice.
Yeah, we didn't. Well, we.
I get
Oh
really
no,
close
hold it back
and-
closer to me. There, and
Can you-
then do this with
You
it.
wiggle it around. So you can see the circles on there, hey?
go.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
That's kind of neat.
Yeah.
And they're. How long have they been outside of the box, would you say?
Oh, you should have went on Brando's camera, man. That looks really good on Brando's camera. That's fine.
How long?
What, do you think I can't change it? Watch this.
How long have these things been out of the box? Would you say?
I don't know, a minute.
They're already starting to curl.
No, but they're curling in a way that isn't terrible to curl.
The whole box is already curling, so that's cool.
There you go.
Look at that.
Look at
They're
that.
pretty.
Find the light though. Find the light.
Standing in
Tilt the card. Tilt
There
the
we
card.
go. There it is.
There you go.
Those are cool, man. Like, and the only way to get cards that look like that is to buy these particular Commander products.
You can't get that
you.
foiling process in the collector packs.
Correct.
Okay.
Only from so that marks them as being available in the pre-constructed decks.
Okay.
Which is both good and bad, because if these are as rare as some people say, then that means they're going to be sought after. If they are as abundant as I believe them to be, they will be worth less than if you open foils unless you can't open foils, which is probably the case now that I think about it.
Well, we're going to talk about how to collect in a second. Big thanks to producer Gary
Yeah, thanks,
for
Gary.
coming out. And he's wearing a house coat, if anybody couldn't tell.
Man, we're such a pro thing around
Oh,
here. This
and
is awesome.
sorry to all the audio-only listeners, which is still the majority of Commander Cookout podcast
Yes.
listeners.
But
They
now's an
couldn't see
opportunity.
shit.
This is something that's new, and again, I've never seen a foiling process like that before, so it might be even worth your time to check it out.
Yeah. Okay, now ISO me, Gary. We've got voted most likely to bring back banding.
What the fuck?
Some kind of promo card? I don't know.
I don't know what
Okay.
the fuck that is. Okay.
Can we get anything that's in a collector booster in here?
Yes.
Okay, man,
Except
so this could be good.
I don't know if we can get serialized cards, but we can get something good. Let's see what we get. Fanatic of Roan Ass.
It is a snake.
It is a snake.
It is not a naga.
It is a snake, which is
This is
good.
good.
And I actually do like that card. It has Eternalize, and it makes lots of magics if you have dudes that are big.
Yeah. Man, if this costed just green, though, oof.
Oh, I'm going to play that straight into AV.
Okay, good. I'm happy
I'm
I
actually going
opened
to play
it for
that
you.
card. Yeah, that's good. Thank you.
Okay, this is cool. This is a really good card.
Yeah, people like that
This
one.
is Magistrate. This is my first review card.
There it is.
I'm
We're doing
going
it.
to-
We're getting in there.
talking about white cards. Okay, this is a foil retro frame. There's the see Gary. See how you got to do it. This is how you showcase cards,
That's
bitch.
so foil.
That is
Golly.
foil as fuck. Okay. 3/1 for white 1. Phyrexian Human Cleric. Whenever another non-token creature enters a battlefield under your control, proliferate.
That's
So
pretty
in your
good.
blink decks, or decks that play Cathar's Crusade, you
Yeah.
play a creature, and then you frickin'
Yeah.
proliferate all your counters. So this is like doubling season when you play Cathar's Crusade.
Mm-hmm.
It goes even more infinite with the card we previewed, Turd Baler, Herd Baloth.
Yes. Turd Baloth. Yes.
Yeah. So cool card, good open.
Is that it?
There's 2 cards in there, plus that one.
That's it?
It's a collector pack preview.
And what a preview it was.
Hey,
God damn it.
you said it was good.
Yeah, but I just thought there would be 3 cards in it.
No.
Give me 3 cards, and one of them is an uncommon.
Okay, are we talking white cards or are we doing Eldrazi's?
Let's do some of the printings and foiling processes and stuff
yes,
first.
how to
Let's
collect.
talk about those
Yep.
first. So, when you open it, I didn't look as much into the play boosters because they're random numbers of rares. There's lots of randomness that goes into collecting out of those. If you get a collector booster to get all the fancy, blingy, old border, foily, extended arts, all that shit, that's you're going to find them. And there's so many different sheets that are printed into this set. I have no idea virtually where anything is.
Yes.
When you get into the money slots.
How many monies does it cost to get a collector booster, and can I get just one, or do they come in those 4 packs for like $7,000?
You get boxes like this.
Okay.
Canadian dollars. I think these are going at time of recording for about $5.40 Canadian.
$5.40 minus 5% when you use CCO Save promo code.
That is correct.
Or if it's your first time shopping at Fusion CCO Perks, you're going to get 10% off. 10% store credit kickback. That's like $55 off.
That's not bad. That ain't nothing.
That's a good ass deal right
That
there.
is
Tell
not-
your friends to order from Fusion and use CCO perks because they're going to get $55 off that box.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I like that lots. And then, or you can buy one individual pack. I believe they're 45. I haven't seen them in the wild yet.
Okay. So still cheaper than a Lord of the Rings pack.
Yep.
But more expensive than virtually every single other collector pack.
Yes.
Which is what we expected, I think,
with
right?
a premium product like
Yeah.
this. And then when you get to like your high-end rarities, you're going to get, there's this extended art rares.
I want one on my side.
There's what else is there? There's the profile arts, the Andy Warhols as we call them around
Yeah.
here. But then there's also reprints that come in from Maudie Ho Ho and Maudie Ho, which have also been reprinted that I totally forgot about. So you can open things like Ristic Buddy and Ragavan and Unholy Heat. Because that's what you want to see in the rare slot of your collector.
What,
booster, right?
wasn't that a hot modern card though?
It was a common. Yeah. And then there's your special guests as well, where you can get like Fury and Solitude and all those.
And those are the ones with the full art printing, right?
Yeah. And they have.
And those are good cards because they only put that art treatment on cards that they know people are like playing.
Yeah, and those ones are also they have the textured foil, so you can they have a little fingerprint thing on them, so when you touch them, they kind of feel cool. And what else? I forget what else is in the special guest slot this time. There's 10 cards. There's not a ton of really great ones.
Are they sorted on Scryfall into special guest?
No, they're not even on. They're not even listed on the.
Oh, because they've got borderless cards, which we can talk about because it's kind of got my first cycle that I want to talk about.
So overall, I think that there's a ton of shit to get in this set, but this one, again, we're going to stress again. Go to the YouTube channel, watch the BBO, watch me get destroyed on this box, and buy the singles that you want from places that you like.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to open what you want. And if you do, it's probably not going to be the one that you want. There's 1, 2, 3. I think there's 6. There's 6 different versions of every fetch land.
Oof.
There's regular foil, extended art foil. Oh, there's 8. Retro foil, retro border foil, borderless and borderless foils. There's 8 different treatments you can open of any one of certain rares in this set.
Wow.
It's like if there's something that you want, they're expensive enough. Don't open packs looking for it, especially now. Go and buy the single.
Modern players are going to want 4 non-foils in whatever printing. Commander players, if you just spree buy a pack and open a fetch land, that's good.
Yeah.
But if you want a exact copy, like this deck is all full arts, this deck is all full art foils or retro frames or whatever, you're gonna want to go out and buy that.
Yep.
And if it costs $40 for one card minus the 5% from Fusion,
Correct.
you're gonna get exactly what you want. Instead of rolling the dice and playing like the what's in the box game from Family Guy and paying $45 potentially for
Nothing.
But in this case, I'm going to use the traditional sense of the word, nothing but excitement.
Yes.
Because it is exciting and fun to open these packs. That's why you got to watch Brando's box opening on CCO, probably on Friday, hey?
Yeah, probably.
This is Tuesday, so Friday there'll be a BBO.
There is lots of exciting stuff you can open. There's serialized cards of the Eldrazi Titans. There's those promo or prototype
I
ones
saw
or
the
whatever.
first serialized Emrakul sell online. It was, I think, €2,900 or €2,800.
Holy
That deserves a mother ass.
Yeah, our LGS owner opened just like a prototype foil Emrakul, which is, I think it's going for $100 or something.
Oh man, I was hoping that you'd say a foil, like a serialized one, because I want Aaron to open that.
Yes,
and then take us to the Coachman licensed beverage room. Well, let's talk about some fucking cards.
Let's
already.
talk about some cards we've gotten into. So if you want the stuff, order the singles from the stores that you like. Fusion, you can save some money.
That's good. Give me so editor Joe doesn't reach through the microphone and strangle us.
Okay.
Give me your favorite colorless card or your favorite Eldrazi card, because colorless will do artifacts and lands at the end.
That isn't Ulamog?
Oh, so Ulamog's your favorite?
It is, yes.
Okay, well, we talked about Ulamog and Haragast, that's the dragon that I ordered, last week.
I do like Null Elemental Blast too, I think.
Okay, so that's a colorless mana, like a Winding, for an instant that says choose one. You hate that, hey?
Yeah, I do.
I kind of do too, but everybody knows what it means now.
Not me. The fuck did you just tell? What did you say?
A Winding.
What'd you call me?
What'd you say about my mother? Choose one. Counter target multicolored spell, which is like,
That's lots of them.
yeah, but anything that I kind of want to like really counter right frickin' now is monocolored.
Oh.
Yeah, like a Path to Exile when I'm killing you,
Yeah.
or like your Blightsteel Colossus that you're going to give haste.
Or a Cyclonic Rift that you're going to use to win the game. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So counter target multicolored spell, which is probably somebody's commander. There you go.
Yeah.
In the modern set, or destroy target multicolored permanent.
Which is, again, their commander in the modern set,
Yeah, for 1 frickin' mana.
which is pretty good.
That's pretty good. Yeah, this card is gonna maybe see play in CEDH.
Probably.
You know what's cool is like you go Mana Rock or Land Go, and somebody goes like Mana Rock, Gitrog, go to win. Oh yeah, in response, Null Elemental Blast, kill your Gitrog or that. Like that's how that's gonna work.
That's pretty good, yeah.
My favorite is Null Drifter. It's the Eldrazi-fied Mull Drifter, 7-drop Eldrazi Elemental, 4/4. What's Mull Drifter? 2/2?
2/2.
2/2.
2/2 with flying. And this one is a flyer with Annihilator 1, I believe.
And a 4/4, and it's got Evoke for blue 2. You can cast it for its Evoke cost. If you do, sacrifice it when it enters the battlefield. But a couple of reasons. In my Animar deck, I can cast it for free, and because it's not an artifact creature, and it can cost 0, I can combo and draw my whole deck with a... Get this, a Cloudstone Curio, if you've ever heard of that
Wait,
card.
Cloudstone Curio is a combo card?
What? Revolutionary, baby.
What?
Revolutionary.
Wow.
Do you have a white card that you're interested in?
Yes, and it's the one everybody's talking about because this card is unbelievable.
What
It's
is it?
The Ocelot, that cat.
Okay, the Ass Slot.
Ass Slot cat. So it's a 1/1 for 1 with first strike and lifelink.
Okay.
And then at the end of your turn, if you've gained life, you make a cat.
Okay.
And whenever you make a creature token, you would make an additional creature token.
Oh.
So it's real fucking good.
If you have the City's Blessing, for
Yes.
each token you control that entered the battlefield this turn, create a token that's a copy of it.
So at the end of your turn, if you've made a couple angels or a couple soldiers or whatever, you just like get more of them.
Yeah, it's a token doubler on at the beginning of your end step triggered ability.
Yep.
Okay, so at the very least, you're going to make 2 cats.
Correct.
Right? You're going to gain your life, and then you're going to make a 1/1, and you're going to make another 1/1.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is like pretty cool.
Okay.
And then in my...
Very noticeably not a replacement effect, hey?
Yeah.
So when you've got a token doubler and it says make 2 instead, you're going to make 2 instead on this Ocelot Pride. Because this is a triggered ability that just says make another one.
Yeah. So if you have a token doubler out with it, first you'll make 2, and then when you get to your end step, you're going to make 2 more. You're going to make 4 more.
4 more.
Yeah.
That's
so
pretty
1
cool.
token equals 6 tokens, which is mathematically bigger than 2.
Yes.
Wow,
and
math is
bigger,
crazy, hey?
Bigger is better.
Yes.
Is not what I tell my wife.
As you shouldn't.
Yeah.
Because then she'd know.
Yes, very much so. Yeah. There's a couple pieces of enchantment removal and Umbras making a comeback here. And I just did an episode of Commander Ad Populum where I'm looking through every single one of my decks to try and cut a card for removal. And in my Estrid the Bald deck, I was like, hey, I've got lots of removal, but I wonder if Modern Horizons 3 is going to give me cheaper removal or like enchantment removal, you know, that like,
Sure.
hey, make your guy a 1/1 or lose all abilities, imprison him in the moon.
Yeah.
There's one in blue that does that. So I want to move to blue.
Oh, I know that. It's like, like reduce to inconsequentiality or make inconsequential or something.
Utter insignificance.
There we go,
Yep,
yeah.
This is a 1 and a blue flash enchant creature. Enchanted creature loses all abilities and is a 1/1. And you can go colorless to exile enchanted creature. So you can just get rid of it.
Yes, if
Now,
it's in the way.
Yeah, well, you don't always want to do that, though, because sometimes you want to make their commander into nothing and just leave him on the battlefield until... And then nobody attacks that guy, right? Because he would just block and recast.
Yep.
But sometimes you do want it out of the way if you've got like a big guy that doesn't have trample.
Sometimes you want to get the blocker out of the way, and in
Yeah.
that case, it's a really good one. I'm looking at, what is it, Ugin's Binding? Is that the one that I like? That we talked
Ugin's
about
Binding.
before?
Yeah, that was the hint from the pre-show.
Yeah, so it is essentially Eldrazi Cyclonic Rift. So for blue 2, you get an instant with the Void, so technically it's colorless, even though it costs a blue.
Yep.
Still have to have blue in your commander's color identity. Very important
Yes.
for new players that are thinking that they can get away with that because it's devoid.
Even though the spell is colorless, it has a blue pip. So its color identity is blue.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
So then it bounces a thing you don't control. It isn't a land back to its owner's hand. And then it also has a second very long paragraph where if you cast a colorless spell that costs 7 or more, you can exile it from your graveyard and then rift the table.
Yeah.
That's what it does.
That's pretty good.
That's very good. And it's like rift number 2 with a fairly significant hoop.
Yeah, it makes me feel like it's a little bit of a fair rift because there's a build restriction. I got to have a 7-drop. I have to have enough 7-drops that are colorless in my deck to make this worth it because there's better bounce spells, better targeted bounce spells.
There's actual rift.
Yep, there's actual rift. And probably my colorless 7-drop is going to be on my turn, so I can only use this under normal circumstances offensively.
Right.
And Rift sometimes defensively is such a frickin' pounding.
Yeah.
Or end of turn Rift, I win.
Yeah.
It turns into an offensive Rift, but it's a lot more demoralizing when it's just like nobody expects it.
I like it when it's less demoralizing, if I'm honest.
Like this Ugin's Binding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least you see it coming. You
Yeah,
know what I
you know what? This kind of gives me blue Crater Hoof vibes because I got to spend 3 to bounce something and have it in my graveyard. Then I got to spend 7, so 10 total. And I'm going to play this in a deck with lots of big things. So if I bounce all your shit and then attack you with all my blue stuff, that gives me Crater Hoof vibes.
mean? Crater Bloof. That felt so good. That felt so good. Oh.
Yeah.
Doesn't get much better than that.
Yeah.
That's why you tune into CCO, baby.
Yeah, man, there's a lot of blue cards that I wanted to talk about. How about Harbinger of the Seas? Everybody knows that this is Flood Moon.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is makes all non-basics islands, 2/2 merfolk.
Yeah.
This card's freaking good.
Card is the truth.
Hope Ender Quattle.
What?
Yeah, this is an uncommon that I don't think enough people are talking about. This is a 2/2 devoid flasher flyer.
Okay.
Eldrazi snake, because snakes fly.
Yep.
Yep.
There are some snakes that... No, never mind. That's fish.
Yep. When you cast this spell, when it ETBs, when you cast this spell, counter target spell an opponent controls unless they pay 1.
So it's a force spike with a dude attached to it.
Yes. And I like it, again, for Animar, but I think the card is good, and it has 2 relevant creature types.
You can sure get people with it. That's
for sure.
That's nothing. That's not nothing.
Let's talk about the Flare Cycle, because right next to the 2 cards I just talked about is Flare of Denial. Now, this is a whole cycle, and they all do the same thing. They're all instants that say they all say you may sacrifice a non-token blue creature.
Or black or red or white or green.
Yeah, rather than pay this spell's mana cost.
Right.
So Flare of Denial is blue, 1. You could sacrifice a blue non-token to cast it for free.
Right.
Counter target spell.
So it's a counter spell for free. Another free counter spell.
Holy frick.
Good. That's what we needed. And
This one's good.
The green one, I believe, is Cultivate. The red one is a copy, an instant, or sorcery.
That one's frickin' good.
That one's real good. I think the black one probably kills something.
And the
white
white
one
one
probably gains you life, right?
Until end of turn, your life total can't change. Permanents you control gain hexproof and indestructible. That's frickin' good, too. That's Flare of Fortitude.
Yeah.
I think they're all good.
Because what we needed is more Tef's protection cards. That's what we need.
And more free counter spells.
Yeah,
and more free black removal.
Right.
And more Storm in red. and more mana in green.
The moral of the story is all those cards are good.
You should be happy when you open them.
Yes.
You should trade them in at a premium because you're going to want them probably when you start to tune your decks if you're new.
Yep.
You're going to want them if you play EDH, and they're going to be expensive.
Correct.
Do you think we've hit on everything there?
Yes.
Okay. There's a lot more blue cards I want to talk about, but let's move to black.
There's tons of cards that are worth talking about. Actually, in this set, I noticed that they took a lot of the modern cards are at the common and uncommon slot, where they're just like maybe not an improved version of another card, but like a slightly more powerful version of an existing card with a hoop. For example, there's better Lightning Bolt if you control a multicolored permanent. There's a better Brainstorm if you control whatever,
or
right?
if you want to pay mana for it or whatever.
Yeah.
I like that card. What's that? Brain Surge? I'm gonna play that card.
I think so.
Brain Surge. Let's give that one a read. Brain Surge is an instant, mind you, for blue 2. Draw 4, then put 2 from your hand on top in any order.
Oh, there is no alternate cost. But yeah, so it's
it just
slightly-
costs 3 instead of 1.
Yeah.
That's the catch.
Yes, and what a catch.
Yeah, I'm gonna play that card for sure.
But it's not bad, and there's a few of those kind of kicking around, and there's lots of like we were talking before the show, lots of Eldrazified cards that we already know about. Like, there's a Siege Gang Commander that's an Eldrazi. There's
a Basking Rootwalla that's an Eldrazi. There's a Muldrifter, right?
Yep. Like there's so many just kind of Eldrazi
Yeah,
spells
and
that are
you know
here,
what?
and
That
they're all worth talking about, but like everybody else is talking about them. So if you
Yeah.
mention that they're here, we just wanted to
And
touch
at
on some of
the-
the fun stuff.
at the common and uncommon level, it feels like in the play boosters for the people that want to open these up and draft them or do sealed with them, which is fun, and I like doing that. That's what those rarities, like common and uncommon, and I think regular rare in some cases, feel like, oh man, that's the limited card, and there's an archetype, and I can tell that this is what it's going to be. But we're going to focus a little bit more on the pound your dinks into the dirts cards.
Yeah, you know why they made the Eldrazi's 5 colors in this set? I figured it out. It's because you have to draft wastes.
Oh,
They're not just going to give you wastes as your basic lands. So if the Eldrazi's were colorless, they'd be unplayable in draft. So they had to make them 5 colors.
I don't understand what you're saying. Let's talk about Crabomination.
Jesus Christ.
It's a crab, it's a demon, and it lets you cast your opponent's shit for free.
It emerges
It's
from
got
stuff.
Emerge from Artifact. So it's a 6-drop, 5/5. You can sacrifice an artifact and reduce black 5 is its emerge cost. You can reduce that by the converted mana cost of the artifact you sacrificed.
Is it converted or actual mana cost? Like, does it take away black pips too?
From emerge cost reduced by that artifact's mana value.
Okay.
Mana value.
Sucky. So it's always going to cost black at the very least.
Black for a 5/5 if you sacrifice a 5/5. Good.
Or a 5 cost artifact.
Yes.
Yeah. It's fine. Probably see play. In modern.
Anyways.
Not
So
EDH.
when Crabomination enters the battlefield, target opponent exiles the top card of their library.
Sure.
A card at random from their G yard.
Ooh.
And a card at random from their hand. Ooh. That's pretty good there. You can cast cards from among the cards exiled this way without paying their mana cost.
Of course it's free.
And it's a crab.
Yes.
Get the crabs.
Do you
yeah.
still play crabs?
I don't, but I have Crab and the boys still like together. I just took the mana base apart to build other decks because you know there was fetch lands and dual lands in my Crab deck because it was the only way I could make it work. It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
You got any black cards?
I don't think so. I guess there's that one. There is that one. There's the new Fleshbag Marauder.
It's a Cursed Marauder.
It's a 2/1 for 2, so it costs less and is a little smaller than your average come into play. Everybody sacks a dude.
Mm-hmm.
But the caveat on this one that makes it so cool is you can't sack a token creature to it. So you're always going to get something of substance.
Ooh.
They're not just going to sack a Goblin token or a Saproling
Yeah.
or an Eldrazi spawn or whatever,
Yeah.
right? That you're going to get something that they invested resources into, which
Yeah,
is good.
and that's good in, again, the limited format because they would just sack a spawn or
Yeah.
a scion or whatever, but they can't with that. So that's good. And important that it's still relevant creature type zombie.
Yes.
Very important there.
This is very good.
I've got
and less relevant creature type warrior.
Yeah. If you've got a what's the warrior axe that equips for free if you cast a warrior? It's like from Kamigawa or something.
That's from Lorwyn.
Lorwyn,
That
yeah.
was terrible.
Yes, I play that card.
That's because it's terrible.
Welcome to CCO Nation. There's lots of black cards that are actually good for the raw dog deck I'm making.
Dope.
Like budget, cheap, raw dog, no sleeve, aristocrats.
Is that the plan?
Yes.
Ooh, I like this one kind of.
Yes, this is one of the Marionette Apprentice. It's a 1/2 human artificer. Again, relevant creature types for black 1. It's got Fabricate, so when it ETBs, it comes with a servo or with a +1/+1 counter.
Cool.
Sure. Also, when another creature or artifact you control eats shit, each opponent loses a life.
Dope.
That's an aristocrat, baby. Like, that is an
a good
aristocrat.
one. And it's got a really cool picture on it, too.
Yep.
Which I really like.
I like Grim Servant. 3/2 menace for black 3.
Sounds terrible.
Oh, yeah. Zombie Warlock. Again, creature type. Very important there.
Okay. So it's an outlaw.
I guess so. I guess it
It
is.
is. It is. It counts.
For my Outlaw Zombie deck,
Yeah.
when Grim Servant enters the battlefield, search your library for a card with mana value less than or equal to your devotion to black.
Ooh.
Yeah.
pretty good.
And then put it into your hand, then lose 3 life.
Oh.
So this is like Grim Tutor, but for your devotion, but you get a dude. So like if you can search, sack, get him back, search again, like you could potentially,
That's like the whole combo right there.
that could be the whole combo.
Yeah. Find
Yeah.
them both. Play them.
Yeah, this
Win
is
the
this
game.
is this is a cool combo card, and lots of little upgrades, right? Like little things like the Eviscerator's Insight that are additional cost, sacrifice a creature or artifact, draw 2, but now with flashback. Ooh. Yeah, so like little upgrades where over time you're like, hey, I play those kinds of cards, like the Costly Plunders and stuff, right? And the Village Rites and sack a creature, draw a card type cards. Well, now this one's got flashback.
We call that power creep, ladies and gentlemen.
We could.
I think we should, because it exists.
We could.
Weird.
Yeah, you know what? This set feels very
It's forced rotation.
Very-
So the cards are always going to be good. That's what this is. They're rotating in eternal format.
I like that.
Sorry if that offends anybody, but that's what this set is doing.
Can we talk about some art?
Oh, there's a card I got to talk art about. Oh,
Man, I want
I'm
to
so
talk
excited.
about Mindless Conscription, the Tower of Zombies. I want to talk about Quest for the Necropolis. Another quest card from like OG Zendikar back in the
Yes,
day, hey?
Pretty good. Pretty
There's
good.
Retrofitted Transmogrant or Transmigrant,
Sure.
if you will. Warren Soul Trader. You probably like that
I
card.
do like that one.
And that's from like Pete Venters or whatever, like old school Magic artist, one of the ones they brought back.
Ooh.
Right? Let's skip over red because there's nothing.
No, we have to. There's one card that I want to talk about in red that's like, it's so cool because it's my new very favorite art of all time
Yep.
on Magic card.
Oh.
And it's this one. It's
Oh.
Glimpse the Impossible.
Glimpse the
I
impossible.
know talking
butthole.
about art on an audio podcast isn't always conducive, but just hear me out.
Justine Jones did it.
I freaking love this art so much. It's different than most any other thing in this set, which is really cool. She's done some other arts, including lots of the rulebook cards from the Dungeons and Dragons sets.
Yep.
She did a few of the poster arts from the Lord of the Rings.
She did One
holiday
Ring.
thing.
She did Mount Doom.
And she did the first secret lair I ever bought, the Kaleidoscope Killers, with the Sliver
Yeah.
Overlord and the Ur-Dragon and the Reaper King. So, and I love it perfectly encapsulates like a story moment and this kind of holy entity just glimpsing the truth of the universe and it literally melting her brain.
Yeah,
And
that's
it's so cool.
That's Gisela, right?
Yeah, it perfectly encapsulates this moment in Magic alternate timeline history, and it's really well done.
Is this
I really
when
like
is
it.
this when the Eldrazi came to Innistrad?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, let's give it a read here. Glimpse the Impossible is a sorcery for red 2. Exile the top 3 cards of your library. You may play those cards this turn. Sounds kind of like a Chroma's Will or Jessica's Will so far, hey?
Sort of.
At the beginning of your next end step, if any of those cards remained exiled, put them into your graveyard, then create a 0/1 colorless Eldrazi spawn creature token for each card put into your graveyard this way.
So it's not even a bad card.
Yeah, that's like a draw 3, but get them into your graveyard if you don't cast them and make
Yeah.
your mana back on
It's
them.
a draw 3 or draw less than 3 or still 3 and make 3 dudes.
Yep.
That essentially costs free.
Yep.
So that's pretty good, man.
Yep.
And it gives you 3 blockers if you need them. It's a good card. It's cool.
I want to shout out red, and I'm not
for being the best color. Hell yeah.
I'm not sure which one of these decks sitting in front of us. I think it's this one, Creative Energy. This is the energy deck.
Yes.
But when you buy the set, like get singles from the set and all the Kaladesh stuff, the energy deck now
Is good.
actually exists. And not only does it exist, I think that the deck is going to be good, and it's going to be like, oh man, this energy deck fucks. Like,
If you combine this
because
energy
you
deck,
can interact with it, right?
if you combine, well, you can now. There are ways to eliminate energy counters in
okay,
this
okay,
set.
okay.
But like, you get this energy deck plus the one from Fallout, plus a few of the singles from here and a couple from Kaladesh, and you got yourself a real deck.
Yeah, like a real deck.
Like that people have been wanting for a long time. So it's cool that they gave us that.
Yes,
Again,
I
one of
like
the
that.
one of the lower priced of the 3 commander decks, by the by.
4 commander decks.
Oh yeah, right. I didn't count this one. I didn't count the one that we opened because it's really bad. And we're going to talk about that next week. We're going to do the Commander decks next week.
Yeah.
More red cards. Power Balance. Power Balance.
Yes, you like this one?
I love Power Balance.
Okay, give it a read. This is a throwback to Counterbalance, the blue card, and this has like the same art even.
What's the interaction with Counterbalance called?
Countertop?
So what's it called now? Power Top. Happy Pride, everybody. So what Power Balance is it's an enchantment for red. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, you can reveal the top card of your library. If they're the same mana cost, you can play your card for free. So then you use Sensei's Divining Top to like adjust your top card to see how many times you can just get shit for free. This card is so cool. And it's available for free in the bundles. Not for free, but if you buy a bundle, you're guaranteed a foil one.
Because it's the bundle promo.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's very cool. It has really neat art, and I'm so looking forward to playing it in Norrin. Oh.
Okay. Well, good. I'm happy. I'm happy you're happy.
Yeah, I love being happy. It's my favorite thing.
Okay, should we move on to green and just keep you rock hard?
There are some really good green cards. We opened one of them earlier in Fanatic of Ronus. I do like that one. It's a 1/4 for 2 that taps for a green, or if you have something power 4 or greater, it taps for green.
Yep.
And then it has Eternalize for green 2, which means you can exile it from your bin, and you get a 4/4 snake druid zombie that has all those abilities I just said.
Yes. Yeah, you get it back in token form.
Yes. Yeah. And we have what was going to be my very most favorite card in the whole set.
Is it Foul Strike?
No, which we're going to talk about, because I still remember that conversation that we had when you said, they don't make Magic art funny.
They don't as much as they used to. That's more accurate.
And then I showed you Fry, where it was the 2 chicken legs that the body had been blown off of it.
Yes.
This one is somebody literally hitting a chicken in the face
with a giant nutsack.
With a sack full of rocks.
Oh, that's what that is?
Yeah.
Oh,
like
this is Uncle Brando and Max Crandell.
If you were to
colorized,
if you were to paint that bird into a Canada goose, that's my dream.
Look at his eyeballs are popping.
His eyeballs are popping out of his head. Like, it's so damn funny.
Destroy target creature with flying. It's an instant for green 1, and it's got reinforce, so you can pay green 2, discard this card, put a +1 counter on target creature.
Sure.
This card is fine. It's a limited trick or whatever, right? It's a limited sideboard card. But oh man, is that funny?
That's a funny
as ass.
picture. Let's talk about what could have been my favorite card.
All right, tell me.
It's this one right here. Evolution Witness. It has Witness in the title, so you know what it does.
Yeah.
It's a 2/1 for green 2.
Okay.
When it comes into play, it doesn't do anything, because everybody thought it was going to come into play and do something. It has Adapt. We're gonna come back to Adapt in a second. For blue 1, you put some counters on it.
Green 1.
Whenever a counter gets put on it, you return a permanent card from your graveyard to your hand.
Okay.
Now here's why this was going to be my favorite card. Because it was Evolution Witness, I thought it was going to have Evolve instead of Adapt. So whenever something bigger than it came into play, you got a permanent from your graveyard back. Oh, that would have been so good. So much better. But instead, it's a fine card that I'm going to try in Atraxa. I'm going to try it in Atraxa to see if I can get my Predators back with it, and we'll see how that goes. Have you seen this one?
Hydra Trainer. Ooh. Okay.
Ooh. You going to play that in Animar?
Okay, let's give this a read. This is a 1/1 human warrior for green 1. When you exert Hydra Trainer, I already know I'm not, because I never attack in that deck.
When you exert it, that means you attack. When it's tapped, it doesn't untap during your next untap step.
So when you exert it, as it attacks, when you do, target creature gets +X/+O until end of turn, where X is the number of counters on permanents you control, and it has Adapt 2, which is pay green 2. If this creature has no +1s on it, you put 2 +1s on it.
Right.
Are you going to play this one in your Animar?
Yes. Yes, I am, because I very much attack in that deck.
You play Hydra Animar.
Yeah, well, Tyranids, which is Hydras.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're shitty Hydras.
Yes.
But yes, I am, and I'm going to kill people with it.
This is good.
Yes, I'm going to turn people into dust. What is this one good, or is the picture just something I really like?
Path of Annihilation. Ooh, it sounds good.
Yeah.
It sounds like when we go out drinking.
Yeah, buddy.
Devoid for green 3. When Path of Annihilation enters the battlefield, get 2 0/1 colorless Eldrazi beer tokens and drink them. And
I like that one.
Eldrazi's you control have tap, drink a beer of any color. Ooh. Also, because there's more.
Of course there is.
Whenever you cast a creature spell with value 7 or greater, gain 4 beer.
That's pretty good.
Yes.
So it's not a very good card, but it does do everything that we want it to do.
Yes. It's going to be one of those cards like the Great Henge. I'm not saying it's going to be good as the Great Henge.
Right.
But it's like, wait, this does that too.
Yeah.
Wait, this does that too.
Hang on.
I'll gain 4 life. Wait, how do you gain 4 life? I played a creature. What?
Yeah, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't hate that. That's
Yeah, it's fine.
That's an okay
Let's move on to multicolored. A lot of commanders, a lot of
Day 1 banned card that I am going to play, and it's got a Xenomorph head on it. Cranial Ram, baby.
Oh yeah, living weapon. Equipped creature gets plus X plus 1. What?
Yeah.
Where X is the number of artifacts you control. So this was banned in Modern.
Banned in Pauper.
Pauper. Oh, because it's common. All they had to do was put a freaking uncommon symbol on it.
Yep.
And the card's fine.
Yep.
Well, is fine as cranial plating is, I guess.
Yeah, which not fine.
Yeah, that card wrecked a couple formats.
Yes. And
Cranial Ram, really good.
It's cranial plating, but it has living weapon. And you can't equip it at instant speed, but it does essentially the same thing. Directly into my Go deck, baby.
I love living weapon.
I like it too.
Sure, you got to pay maybe an extra mana on the cast, but it's already equipped, so you save the equip cost. And sure, you got to pay maybe an extra mana to equip it again, but you might not need to if you drop Cranial Ram and like your guy has haste, because he's probably going to be like 10-10 or 10-1. 10-2.
Oh, yeah. You know what I'm excited for is to play living weapon cards in that bear, because instead of getting 0/0 germs, you're getting 2/2 germs.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you can unequip and have your guy not die.
doesn't die.
That's Kudo, King Among Bears. We talked about him last week.
Yes.
Yep. Kudos to him.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah.
You fucking guy. Are there any other multicolored cards?
Psychic Frog, just because Frog.
Yeah, psychic frogs are fun.
Yeah, you know what? There is a
Let's go.
there's a removal spell that I'm going to play in Alenda.
Oh, I know the one.
Yeah, I'm just looking for it so I can read the name correctly.
I even know what it does. It's black, white, 2.
Yep.
Remove a non-land permanent from the game, and for as long as it remains exiled, you can pay any color of mana to play it.
It must be in the precons. Nope, it's right here. Nope, it's not. It must be in the precons.
But everything that I just said is true.
Yeah, good card.
That is a good card. Now, artifacts. There are some cards that people are going to get real salty about, and they need to shut up about it. And we're going to start with Winter Moon.
Winter Moon, 2-drop artifact. Players can't untap more than 1 non-basic land
That's right.
during each of their untaps.
Perfectly fair Winter Orb.
I think so.
The greedier you are, the more it's going to hurt you.
Yes, and you. And it doesn't allow you to shut it off by tapping it.
Which is bullshit.
Which is the way that people abuse Winter Orb
Yes.
in artifact decks and like Urza decks, right?
Yes, I am one of those people that abuses the Winter Orb. And this Winter Moon is going to go right into that same deck.
Oh, you truly are a piece of shit.
I think it's perfectly fair. If you're going to play perfect mana to make it so you can play 5 colors and you can just drop whatever you want whenever you want, fuck you. I'm going to play stuff to stop you from doing that.
Yeah.
That's how the game works.
That is how the game works.
Vexing Bauble is another one.
This card's good. Okay, this is a 1-drop artifact. Whenever a player casts the spell, if no mana was... Oh, man alive. If no mana was spent to cast it, counter it.
Yep.
We've seen this before on Lavinia of the 10th.
Yep.
We've seen this before on Void Mirror.
Yep.
That card totally wrecked format, so
Oh,
I
yeah, for
expect
sure.
this one to do the same because it also says 1, tap, sack, draw a card. So if I top deck my Void Mirror late game, I can cash this in for a card.
Yes.
Okay.
And I think that we're gonna see a few more cards with effects like this because there's so much Cascade and whatever new Cascade is, right?
I just got pounded.
And it just, right? Like there's so much value, or like you copy the spell 25 times and you can play them without paying their mana cost.
Yep.
Sometimes you just need ways of dealing with that in decks that aren't blue, and cards like that are how you do it.
Yep.
That's just how it is.
We've got a couple minutes left. I want to say this of the non-basic lands that are in this set. The Arena of Glory and Arch of Innovation and stuff, that rare cycle that says like get 2 red or the next blue spell you cast have improvise.
Yeah.
All of those are good.
I concur.
You should play those.
Yes.
All of the fetch lands, last time I checked,
Still good.
since 2003 when they were printed in Onslaught,
Yep, still good.
still good. Listen to Commander History. We'll talk about that someday, me and Mac.
There's actually a couple of non-basics in this set that are good.
And the 3-color cycling commons. These are freaking good. Okay, so land, ETB's untapped. I'm gonna read Bountiful Landscape because it's the teamer one. I like teamer.
And there's 10 of them, and they all do the same thing.
Yep. Comes into play, taps for a winding, colorless mana.
Lol.
You can tap, sacrifice them to search your library for a basic, in this case, forest, island, or mountain.
Neat.
Put it onto the battlefield tapped. That's fine. This card is common. So far, it's a better...
Panorama.
No, it's a better Terramorphic Expanse or Evolving Wilds. In
new colors.
3-color decks.
Yes.
Right? Which most decks probably are 3 colors, let's be honest.
Sure.
Also, it cycles.
Yep.
This card does basically everything. It fetches, it color fixes, it gives you mana turn 1. If you got like a soul, would you ship a hand that had like a Terramorphic Expanse, Soul Ring, and no other mana? Would you keep that?
Probably not.
Now you can.
Yes, I would keep that. Yes.
Yes, because you can go Bountiful Landscape, Soul Ring, and then next turn frickin' sack it, get a island, and now you're online.
Yes.
Yep, super good. So all of those are good. And I've got one last thing that I want to talk to you about.
Okay. What is it?
Let's take a look.
Is it the basics and how bad they suck?
No, because
Usually we do talk about the basics, and I'm going to say of this set,
I can't even find them.
these basics they're shit. I think they're garbage. Like, you remember the Brothers
Yeah.
War? They had the big robots. There was like the Mishra robots and the Urza robots, and they were kind
Yeah.
of right. Those were cool.
This isn't a themed set though, right?
This is basically them with Eldrazi's on the lands, and I don't think they're that nice. Honestly, I don't. If they're your thing, they're your thing.
yeah, I do like these.
But
I
they're
like
not
these.
for me.
I like the planes especially. It kind of looks atypical in terms of Magic, like digital realism art.
Sure.
The planes, the full art planes with the Eldrazi tentacle guy on it, number 304. I like that one.
Sure.
Joe will have it on the screen probably. Yep. Let's talk about these full art borderless cards. You like these?
Sure do.
You like these? Do you think they'll curl? How's your curling doing?
Oh, let's look. Let's check.
It's been relatively humid here for spring because it's rained a ton. And
not too bad.
they're
honestly.
not they're
Oh my
not
God,
taco shelling either way.
Oh, look at that. They're full art, super duper foil. Holy shit.
Yeah, those are cool.
Those are neat.
So we've got things like
Okay.
Echoes of Eternity, and all these have like alternate art with the pop frame where the art goes over some portion of the name line or like the type line or the text box.
I know not everybody likes these borderless cards. Our buddy Aiden doesn't really like them that much, but I love them. I really do. I really enjoy them. I appreciate them. I'm glad that they're doing more of them. And I'm glad that in some cases the actual art is cooler than the extended art because it, I don't know, makes those people feel better.
Yeah, the graphic design of them irks me a little bit because like the text layer is above some of the art, but the art is above the name line layer.
Yeah.
And sometimes like you get all art swooshing fire around, but you can still see the set symbol, or like it'll show white and yellow art with white name line text. It's like, oh man.
Why are you doing? Oh, you're thinking of this one right here.
And flare of duplication.
Yeah.
With the set symbol and the name. But the ones that are good are very good, like Warren Soul Trader. I like that one.
Yeah. I like
cool
the
art.
I like the Wheel of Possibility art. I like that one lots.
Yeah.
But there's
So-
some cool looking cards in this set.
These borderless cards, do they tend to have quite a bit of a higher price tag? Like if you open one of these in a collector pack, could you trade it in and get like the regular version plus a bunch of other stuff?
Not a bunch, but probably some stuff. There's a slight premium on some of them. You're gonna notice big jumps in the when you hit a chase card. The free counter spell, for example.
Yes.
The full art of that is gonna get you like an actual premium, and I think maybe the cat. But when you look at things like Psychic Frog or some of the lands, you're probably not going to see as big a jump. For example, the fetch lands. The fetch lands are a really good example. Right now, as of recording today, I looked at them this morning, and it's about a $2 to $3 premium from regular foil to extended art foil on Fusion.
Oh, okay. Okay. So on some of them, you're going to be able to get, and that's useful because the product is expensive, and if you want to make your money and your collection go as far as you can, of course, CCO save promo code on Fusion. But then if you want to trade stuff amongst your friends, it's a trading card game after all,
Yep.
or trade stuff into stores, maybe you can get some premium on these full arts. How about them medallions? Hey, the black one, the white one, actually all of them except the red one, really.
All of them are dope.
Oh
And
man, the medallion cycle
the
is
medallion
so sick.
cycle, modern staple cards. So glad they reprinted those.
Well, they can be in modern now. That's
Right.
a thing.
Yeah,
that
they
might
do.
actually be a thing. I don't know if people use that, but like
Yeah, I don't
the
know if
red
they will.
and blue ones in like modern Storm deck, that's got to be a thing.
They
hey?
might be.
That's got to be a thing.
I like the black one as an eyeball.
like a jet black stone that's smoking. Look at that.
Yeah, like you
Man, that is gnarly.
pulled the eyeball right out of his head.
That's
to
like an
make the
album
spells
cover.
cost less.
Dude, that is an album cover.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I hope I
those-
open one of those.
Yeah, that'll look good in foil, hey?
Oh yeah, all
yeah.
of those are gonna look cool in foil.
Yeah.
And then of course we have the return of the profile arts that I'm a big fan of.
Yep.
I'm trying to collect all of those, and then
The Praetor concept art.
yeah, and the Praetor concept arts are really
Now
really
it's
cool.
Eldrazi concept art.
And the three Titans again are available in there's 250 each of them, I believe, in serialized.
Yep.
So they're gonna go big money. So if you happen to see one at your LGS, snap a picture and tag us in it because we'd love to take a look at it.
Yeah, we get mega engagement on those on Twitter, like thousands and thousands and tens of thousands when the number 1 of 700 Dwarven Soul Ring was found. I posted it and I was like, yeah, offers at like 15,000 already, blah, blah, blah. And I just got pounded with like 100,000 engagements on that tweet. I'm like, people are trolling me. People are like, yeah, Ryan likes it. Mortgage your house. People are like, oh, Magic's bullshit. Cards aren't investments. Like just trolls and assholes.
Yeah,
and,
man.
yeah. So tag us in those because I like those on Twitter.
I love seeing that kind of stuff. And again, it's something that made somebody else happy, and I love seeing people who are happy.
There it is.
It's my favorite thing to see.
Is that your final thought of the day?
I think it might be. No, my final thought of the day is this, Ryan. I think that initially, my initial reaction to this set was I wasn't a huge fan because it was a modern set that's clearly a Commander set. Because it is.
Yeah.
And I think I've kind of gotten over that a little bit.
That's fine.
I think I have. Where I think that the set is cool. I wish it wasn't a premium set, but it is. But I'm glad that it's not Masters premium, right? You're not paying $100 for a booster pack. You're not paying $450 for a booster box with 4 packs in it.
Yeah, that's a thing.
So that's good. You're going to probably get your value out of the set if you're not looking for specific singles. And I think that the singles that they are going to give lots of people are going to allow modern players to have better decks. And more specifically for our purposes, it's going to allow more people, specifically people who want to play fetch lands and stuff, are going to be able to get people into making their decks better. And that's what these products are for. And this one does that. And that's really cool. And it gives the fucking Eldrazi weebs a bunch of stuff to beat it over.
Yeah, tentacle it over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you're into that kind of thing, that's the kind of thing you're into. Question for you.
Well, hold on a second.
Okay.
Look at us doing MTG Finance. All show, hey. Second thing, obtrusive appropriation. That's that black-white removal spell.
there
Got
we
it.
go.
I found it.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think that when they did Commander Masters last year, they did the Eldrazi deck and the Sliver deck? Do you think that they had ready to go for this product a 5-color Sliver deck that they would have printed if that set, that Precon, had been the one to blow up in the way that the Eldrazi did?
The Eldrazi deck from last year. you
Yes. Do you think that slivers could have been present in this set if the Eldrazi hadn't have overshadowed them in popularity and sales?
mean? No, I think that it was already known.
Okay.
And I think that they're going back to the Eldrazi tank because they know how popular that creature type, that archetype, that genre, strategy, the visuals, like they know that that's what Commander's about for a lot of people.
Yeah. And in the story, they're probably going back there too.
Yeah, and you have to remember how far in advance these are planned out. Sure, you can rush things a little bit, but I don't think you rush a product release like this in less than a year.
Yeah.
Like they have. Like these cards have probably existed in print form and have been getting packaged for months and months and months now. And distribution takes a month. And so that's like another. And then like, yeah, no. I think they're just going back to the Eldrazi well several times in a row because obviously it's lucrative and exciting is what I meant.
Much excitement for Wizards on that one.
So Final thought of the day, if you've got some excitement and you want to
Have less of it.
but save some of it,
Yeah.
FusionGamingOnline.com CCO save promo code is going to get you a discount. CCO perks promo code if you want store credit kickback 10%. That's lots. Again, on this, that's like $55 Canadian.
Yeah.
And if you live in the land of the free, you can get Brando to open it for you, send it to him. He'll open it on BBO, which you can watch on Friday.
Yeah.
And he'll organize the cards and send them to you. It takes a little bit of the excitement out of opening it for you, but you get a discount on Magic cards, and you're not breaking the law by shipping them over the border.
Yeah, I am. But I'm not breaking the law, right?
Correct.
'Kay.
Correct, because they're opened.
Right.
You can't ship sealed product across the border.
You know, weirdest thing, it's a gambling law that prevents that. That's so weird, isn't it?
I don't know.
Isn't that just so strange how that works? I don't know. What a,
Gambling or Get Out podcast.
There we
GGO. That's what editor Joe is saying. Get out, guys. Shut the show off. I got shit to do.
So we've hit the thing. We've thanked the business daddies. We've thanked all the people out in
We're going to drink these pile of bones now.
podcast lands. We're going to drink these pile of bones because we need it after all this excitement. Thanks to producer Gary. Thanks to you for listening. And we're going to be back to talk about these very Commander decks on the next episode of Commander Cookout Podcast. Hit our theme song!